Hey everybody, Stoner Broad back on, as promised, with slightly foofy hair. Back to work today. Back to work. Because in the last art sesh, as you may remember, I did a color sketch of something that I have to redo because I used the wrong paper. This is a problem, but not a big one. I can redo it. I hadn't gotten to a point where it was impossible. So I brought out a pad of watercolor paper. As you can see, this is Fluid brand. It is 140 pound, 12 by 16. I happen to really like the Fluid papers. I like the way they move. They take to the brushwork that I use really, really well, which is important. So we're also having a sesh, my trusty Arizer Air, and cheers everybody. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Just wanted to show you real quick. I did this cutesy little cartoon of a hipster bicycle guy who I think is really cute and really funny. But I haven't figured out what to do with it yet. It's just a silly little illustration, but it's so cute I can't bear to just, get rid of it. I see we have a special visitor. This is Becky. She's not a people person. But anyway. So, while I am repeating the work I did the other day, this time on a more appropriate piece of paper, I am going to talk a little, because why not, right? That'll do. To fisting. I'll sit here. No, this is my little turtle water jar thing that I use when I'm painting. I think that'll sit there okay for now. Ooh, you get a face full of my knuckles. Oh, that's not good. Nobody likes getting a face full of my knuckles. So I'll just put this down here. Anyway, so right now I'm just doing a little background wash like I did last time. And, so something to talk about. What's to talk about today? What's going on? Well, I bought a new implement of destruction yesterday while I was out doing other things. This is a bamboo pen, as you can see. It's got a sharp pointy end and a dull chisel tip. Both excellent. And I am not, for once, using a pen for ink. I am actually using that for applying the Frisket, which, if you watched my last video, I told you about. It's like a liquid masking tape, really. And it keeps the paint or ink from getting all over the areas that you want to stay white. Whether because you want to use a light color on them or you want them to just stay white. And, so yeah, that went on much easier than when I've used a brush in the past. So yeah, I mean, it's a little ridiculous. I paid $4.99 for a bamboo stick, which on one hand is absolutely ludicrous. But on the other hand, wild bamboo does not grow in Canada. So I'm not likely to be able to go out and cut one for myself. And if anybody comes in here and tells me that, oh yes, bamboo grows in Canada, I'm in the middle of a third largest city in Canada. Well, maybe not anymore because Vancouver, right? But third largest in Ontario, at least. Not gonna find it. So while it's ludicrous, at least it is a sustainable item. And it does the job, and it's not going to wear out, so I don't mind it a little bit. And I bought it from an independent dealer, which is really my preference. I'd rather not. As I said to the shopkeeper himself one day, if I'm going to overpay for art supplies, I'd much rather overpay an independent dealer than a conglomerate. Cheers to that. Getting some good vapor today. Oh, I'm vaping, by the way, on the Jack Herer CBD that I got at my local dispensary. Largely because this month I didn't put in an order with Tweed. And I didn't put in an order with Tweed largely because Tweed did not have what I needed this month. What I need this month, as every month, is a high CBD indica strain, because I prefer to take my medication in the evening after dinner when I have time to sit and chill and not worry about being mildly intoxicated if it should occur that I need to take a larger dose than I like to during the day. And so I had to go to the local dispensary. Unfortunately, the local dispensaries, we have our own problems with them. In that the local dispensaries, even if they say something is a CBD strain or high CBD strain, and this has been in every dispensary I've been in here in Hamilton, Ontario, they never have the numbers. Oh sure, the bud tender knows all the THC numbers, but if I say to him, what's the CBD percentage on the so-called CBD strain, I get the same answer. I don't know, I just know that this is our heaviest CBD. That doesn't help me. That's useless, and it pisses me off. If you guys want to stay the course as a dispensary tending to medical marijuana patients, which right now is the largest legal market, you gotta have your numbers in order. I need to know what I'm taking. That's the whole point of doing it this way, guys. Come on, get your asses on the ball. I'm not gonna be angry. I'm calm. I'm calm. Calm is good for my blood pressure. Yes, you can laugh now. Okay, so now I've got my starter wash down for the background. And I'm going to start bringing in the green of my little vine. And what did I use last time? I believe I used the Ionian green. Ionian green. Ooh, halfway through. See, you got to take that last hit because the Arizer air keeps hitting after it turns off, because the chamber inside is still hot. Ceramic takes a while to cool down. Now it's done hitting. You good? So what else is there to talk about today? Well, since I'm working, let's talk about creativity. Over the years, there's been a lot of talk about creativity and drugs and marijuana and And being in a position now where I can kind of test these theories, I can say that I'm really still not sure at this point if the pot is making me more creative, or if it's just the case of the fact that because I'm no longer experiencing pain in my hands, I'm more likely to want to work, or if it's just because the pain is alleviated, period, that I'm in a mood to put some work down. It's hard to work when you're hurting. You get to a point where you can't think of anything else. That makes it very hard to get anything done. And I mean, everybody's had dental problems, right? What did you do last time you had a toothache? Did you go to work? If you did, I bet you took lots of friggin' drugs to get through it. Well, that's what it's like for those of us with chronic pain. It's hard to get anything done. But we weren't talking about that. We were talking about creativity and how that works on marijuana. And I don't know. There's been a slight uptick in creativity around here, for me in particular. But I don't know if I want to attribute that to the marijuana. I really don't. Definitely can attribute it to the lack of pain. I have noticed the urge to work is a little increased after I take certain strains. I know Tweed's Lot 3 made me really want to work, which is funny considering that it's just a pure CBD strain with almost no THC in it. So yeah, I don't know. And besides, to be honest, most people don't realize is that, oh, creativity, oh, you can be a painter, and oh, I'm so envious. And you know what? Most of the time, it's just pure drudgery. Pure drudgery of taking a tiny little brush. See this tiny little brush? Look at how small that is. This is what I'm drawing with. And this is a number 1, by the way. It's a Kolinsky, a faux Kolinsky, mind you, not a real Kolinsky. I can't afford a real Kolinsky. But it's a faux Kolinsky number 1 by Dynasty brand. And yeah, it's a very nice synthetic sable brush. So I'm talking about anything but creativity, aren't I? But yeah, so, and that's the thing, is that creativity, when you're talking about this kind of work, isn't something you turn off and on like a light switch. Ooh, my ears are ringing when I said that. Somebody's not happy with me. But yeah, creativity comes and goes. And it's about capturing the idea when it comes. Much more so than having to be creative to create something. The way I look at it is that ideas kind of come and go on their own. And it's my job to kind of catch them. And once I have them, then the work starts. Because transferring an idea from an idea to a thing involves a lot of work, and it's not necessarily fun. I get very frustrated sometimes. I get angry. I haven't thrown things in a while. But I'll stop working for days because I'm just so frustrated. It's depressing sometimes. You just can't make that match up with the image in your head. And the image in your head is so perfect. It is so perfect. I don't know if any artist wants to dispute that with me, but the image in the head is always perfect and you never quite get there. The biggest thing is knowing when to stop. Because once you know where to stop, you're likely to get as close to that image in your head as you're physically capable of. Okay, there. And that lays down the vine. And where did I put that? There it is. It goes back in the sleeve. And again, I'm working with my Inktense markers, Inktense pencils from Derwent. Derwent Inktense. Because I love these. I love Derwent's line. I am a total brand junkie for Derwent. And no, that's not... They're not giving me anything. Although, if you guys want to give me some stuff, you know, more than happy to take that from you. Derwent stuff is a little on the pricey side, but it's worth it. Just for the quality involved. So yeah. So it's a lot more drudgery than most people think. I mean, I'm sitting here doing the shading on a leaf. And it's not a lot of fun work. It's measuring things by eye, and when you're working with a tiny little brush, it requires a lot of patience. This isn't even the smallest brush I work with. I've worked with brushes that are as small as, basically it looks like it's a single hair. It's ridiculous. But sometimes to get the detail, that's the only way to do it. And just lift up some pigment from here and bring it over here. The other thing too is a lot of bringing off the paint rather than bringing it on. So what else is happening today? But yeah, I mean, that's why as far as creativity goes, people think they want to rev up their creativity for whatever level. You do have to relax, and that's something that the cannabis definitely helps with. Not even gonna try to claim otherwise. Okay, so that brings our vine back in, and I'll let you have a peek. That's what I've been doing while we've been chatting. And yeah, so the key to open to, you know, all of this stuff about open up your creativity. The best way I can think of for anybody to open up their creativity is just relax. Just relax. Let it happen. You know where most people relax best is in bed. So, you know, what I've actually recently started doing it because it's one of those things that I've known for a long time is a good idea and I've just never gotten to do it, is I bought a little sketchbook and it chills out next to the bed. And what I'm trying to train myself to do is when I wake up in the middle of the night with an idea, or that idea comes to me right as I'm falling asleep, is I try to make myself get up. I'm just taking the frisket off with my little frisket remover. I try to get up and capture the idea in my little notebook. And then I can come back and look at it later. And then I can put in the work. Now, whether you work in any field, not just what we call for the sake of simplicity, the creative fields. Creativity is necessary. And you can apply it to anything. So, people who say, well, I don't need to do that because I'm not an artist. Well, that doesn't mean you don't have good ideas. And when you have a good idea, that's creativity. That's what it means. So you want to write all of those down, whether you just keep a little homework notepad with you. And you can look at them later on and come back to them, and sometimes they will continue to be those great ideas. And sometimes you will look at them later and go, what the hell was I thinking about? That's so stupid. But either way, they are creative ideas, and you've just captured them and put your creativity to work for yourself. This is what we should all be doing. It's hard, it's easy to say, hard to do, but sometimes when it's as simple as putting a notepad and a pencil next to your bed, and I know you have your phone next to your bed, I know you do. Your phone throws enough light that you could write down an idea real quick. Yeah, once you have that, it's just a question of applying it. And applying a creative idea is what it's all about. Because there's no point in having the ideas if you're not going to apply them. So, and I'm going to use a slightly different blue than I did last time. I think I'm going to work with peacock blue this time. So yeah, so that's, you know, is pot going to increase your creativity? Possibly, but not for the reasons you might think. You know, if it does increase your creativity, fantastic. Because I think we all need a lot more creative thought on the planet. We're drowning in bureaucracy here. We need to get the creative touch back into our planet. You know, so adding to that is always going to be a beautiful way to, as a certain pair of brothers on YouTube like to say, it's a brilliant way to reduce world suck. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to actually disconnect the camera so you can see what I'm doing. If I'm holding this right, this is not working so good, but I am sketching in a place where there's going to be a shadow and a place where there's going to be a light spot, and with the light and shadow we start to make sound. So yeah, it's going to increase your creativity a little bit just because it's made you relax. You know, people think of the brain as being this very analytical creature, you know, the computer in your head. And it is to a certain extent. I mean, one of the things that differentiates us from other species on the planet is that analytical mind. But the creative mind is just as important. And because if we weren't creative, we wouldn't have thought of things, we wouldn't invent. And inventing, well, you know, I've heard it said 100 million times by everybody from Attenborough to zoologists, that what separates us from the other animals on this planet is our tool use. And tools don't come out of the ether except as created by human beings. So essentially it's our creativity that makes us who we are. And everybody has some. Yes, even you. Creativity is not all about art. Creativity can be about putting math together, putting numbers together in a certain way to make things happen. You know, that's Mandelbrot. He put numbers together in a way others hadn't before, and discovered something not just interesting, but beautiful as well. And if you don't know who Mandelbrot is, I'm going to ask you to go Google. Go gadget Google, because the font of all knowledge is Google, and Google knows all. Well, not all. Google knows most. So now, I'm just taking my brush and fanning out my colors. Ooh, my last snacky box just came in. I'm gonna have to do, maybe I should do an unboxing video of the snacky box. What do you guys think? Should I do a snacky box unboxing video, considering it is my last snacky box? My sister bought it for me for my birthday last year, and she bought me 6 months of this snack box subscription, which was really great because having healthier snacks around does help me keep the munchies under control in a way, because really the munchies are right out of control when I start hitting some of my heavy indicas. Okay. So I think that's pretty much all I really have to say today. We're getting to be a long session here now, and I'm going to have to stick them together. But we'll open the snacky box later. Here it is. Lovewithfood.com snacky box.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you, Erica. Lovewithfood.com. We'll check them out later. Although, like I said, this is my last box, so sad. But I can't afford to keep them on. So, and that's not about the price for them. That's about the price for me. You know, when you're living on the disability pension. When you're living on the disability pension, things like that are very much a luxury that you can't afford. And since I can't do the whole 9-to-5 thing anymore, and I'm not making much money painting, I kind of have to do what I can to get by. And things like that, you know, what can you do? Although, I'm going to probably start putting out some more, making some of my work a little more available. It's all on my website, which I haven't decided if I want to tell you my website yet. Oh, Stoner Proud, because I am fairly out and about on the internet. And the thing is that a lot of people on my internet do not want to listen to me being weedy. And some people have professional connotations that they have to keep an eye on. So what I did is I moved all of my weedy stuff off of my main channel and brought it over here and set up the Stoner Broad so I can talk to you and protect my friends and family from, you know, from accidentally having their name associated with marijuana use on a regular basis, because there is still a lot of stigma. So, whoopsie, my camera's coming loose again. So I'm going to end there, and chat with me. Tell me if there's something you want to hear about or do or see me do, or just say yo, and yeah, just insert catchphrase here.